Hello again. Today we'll learn to use Python to write a GUI that remotely controls the LED connected to the Raspberry Pi. This is a primer tutorial, so it doesn't require a lot of basics. First of all, we need to prepare a Raspberry Pi that has already burned the system and the WS2A1X series of LED. Connect the wires according to the official documentation. Connect the signal line of the LED light to the pin 12 of Raspberry Pi, which is the BCM-coded pin 18. The default pin code in the program for controlling the LED light is BCM code. Then connect the power and ground wires. Next, log into the Raspberry Pi via SSH. Install the Python dependent library that controls the WS2A1X LED. Then write a Python program in the Raspberry Pi. You can refer to these methods to copy the program written in the computer to the Raspberry Pi and run them. And now let's be specific about this program. The part that is used to control the LED lights of the program is referenced to the example on GitHub. The first line, import all the sub-items in this package. The second line, import a command line parsing package of Python, which is also needed to control the LEDs. Then, import the socket package for communication. The following pieces are used to initialize the LED, because here is a total of 24 LEDs in series, so the first parameter is 24. The following code is to allow Raspberry Pi to build a server. Here you define the port number and cache size. The port number must be the same as the one of the client. You can choose between 0 to 65,535. Initialize the server and start monitoring client connections. After the client connection is successful, it will receive the information sent from the client. Here is a judgment. If the message is on, turn on all the LEDs. If the message is off, turn off all the LEDs. The I value in this line of the code is the number of the LED to be controlled, starting from 0. Finally, print out the received data and start monitoring the next message sent by the client. And then we write a GUI to control Raspberry Pi on the PC. Of course, the program uses socket for communication. Part of the GUI is delegated to tkinter and is instantiated at the same time of import. These two functions are to send the information of on and off. Initialize a client and enter the IP address of Raspberry Pi in server IP. The port number needs to be the same as the one in the server program of Raspberry Pi. Connect to the server. Next, write the part of the GUI. Create a new window. Window name, window size. Background color. Here we use black. Define two buttons placed on the newly created window. The width of the button, the text above the button, the color of the button, and then the most important, the name of the function to be executed when the button is pressed. Finally, enter the message loop. We first run the program in Raspberry Pi and then open the program on the PC. Click on, the light is on, and on is printed in the terminal of Raspberry Pi, indicating that the operation is successful. Click off, and the program runs normally. If you are interested in Raspberry Pi and Python robots, click to subscribe. More and more interesting tutorials are coming up.